I'll get some tunes rolling here until we get the room filled up a little bit. And this is from Warp Sounds. It's an NFT that I own, and I'm going to play so we can get it going. I want to welcome all my aliens, apes, and zombies to this friendly back at it again, and I can't wait. It looks like we have the field set a little bit. We do have a programming note. Young and Sick, we're going to be on today. They had something come up, and best that we take care of our friends and family, because that's what it is about in this NFT community. And so they will be on at a later date. Something came up with them earlier this morning. So we want to give them some time so they can be with their loved ones and take care of things that are happening. But right now we're going to take care of what's happening on this Friendly Friday, because we do want to take a deeper look into the passions which drive today's up and coming artists. Yes, we'll be talking about friendships, community, and the hard work put in towards making a name for oneself in this NFT landscape. Now we're looking back on the tweet from Monday. If you're looking at VaynerNFT's tweet from Monday, we were looking for those up and coming talents that are coming out. And today we'll be speaking with some of the brightest and most talented artists in this Web3 space. I'm Crypto Novo, and helping me out today, we got Cool Blue and D-Rob, and then also Gartherly, all from VaynerNFT. Cool Blue, Friendly Friday. It's back again.
Happy Friendly Friday. Hey, Garth. So I'm Cool Blue at VaynerNFT, acts as Leslie, and I work as Senior Account Manager over on this team. Garth over here. Want to give a quick intro, Garth, on who you are?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Garth. I'm a community manager and Discord extraordinaire at VaynerNFT. So I get to do a really fun stuff behind the scenes as it relates to building out fun Discords and really dope communities.
Awesome. And we have a special speaker, Nick over here, who met in the metaverse a couple months back. We were on the same, or I don't think we were on the same panel, but we were speaking at the same conference, and he was the person I spoke to because he just kind of ran through with his avatar from the back to the front of the stage and was just saying, "Hey everyone, hey, how's it going?" So thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here on Friendly Friday, because you are super friendly, made me feel very comfortable in my first experience in the metaverse. And before we get started, I want to ask everyone on the stage, it's Friday the 13th. So do you have any superstitions that we need to get out of the way? Because we had two speakers who had something happen who couldn't show up, and I'm starting to feel a little superstitious. What about you guys? Any superstitions? Afraid of black cats, walking under ladders? Go ahead.
I'll start off. One, Friday the 13th, that was like the prime area of me growing up, just like that age group and watching that set of movies. And actually, and a lot of people probably even know this, there was a line of movie called Saturday the 14th, which is kind of a total ripoff of Friday the 13th. So I always think of Saturday the 14th for whatever reason, just like the day after Friday the 13th, because I was never really superstitious. However, I do like numbers, and numbers do often come up in NFTs and cryptocurrency. And, so sometimes those do bring attractions to me. If I do see a certain number, it might attract me towards an NFT, just very similar to how the common art of it might do it. So I wouldn't call it more superstitious, but more of like looking into the numbers of things. But I do often find it weird. I don't know, weird's the point, but there is no number 13 floors on most buildings. So, I mean, there is some thought process behind it. Wondering if Nick or Garth or even D-Rob, do you have any superstitions you guys go by? I mean, I had a black cat growing up, so I don't really think of that as a superstition.
Yeah, I too had a black cat, and
me too, guys.
I'm a total weirdo, and I like the number 13. Thank you much. It's not a weird number for me. It's a cool number, as you can see. My handsome little dead fella secretly rocks a 13 jersey down there, and a lot of the reason I bought it. But I don't have a problem with it. I don't have any superstitions around it. I embrace it. I look at it as perhaps even a lucky day.
Yeah, I don't think much for me. I don't think there's any superstitions going on here. I feel like especially now in our age group, it's not as big of a day as it used to be maybe as a couple years ago or something. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Nick, for anyone who doesn't know you yet, you want to describe a little bit about what you do in the NFT space?
For sure. So, first of all, everyone new here, my name's Nick Smoll. I'm a 13-year-old NFT creator. I came in the space maybe about 8 months ago, flipping these from kind of the start to the finish, and then I decided to create my own project, Ranchier, and basically what we're doing here is just giving a really cool experience to everyone, welcoming everyone from every race to religion to really anything you are, and just kind of welcoming you into the NFT space.
That's what I call welcoming all my aliens, apes, and zombies. I don't mind your gender, skin color. I don't care about it at all. And looking into, the project that you put in there, I mean, I can tell that there is passion behind it. And that passion actually drove it to sold out. But it's not much about, talking about your project, but more the passion behind the project. Any little tidbits that you can give into like, what drove you maybe into the NFT space, but more to, the passion behind art in general?
Yeah, so obviously I came in the NFT space kind of stumbling upon it from a friend. So I used to have, and it's funny enough, I used to have a Roblox business where I would, buy items and then sell it for a little bit higher on a website. Eventually I couldn't do that anymore. And the person who did it with me, he told me about these things called NFTs. I didn't have much money, maybe around $70. And I kind of started from there. I just flipped a bunch of them, grinded pre-sale on these different projects, made profit, and then I eventually just kind of had the passion to make my own project. I felt like the factor that all of these projects that come out are rug pulls, people give up, yada, yada, yada. I just wanted to make something that was a little bit better, and it took me, 2 months to sell up my project, but I still never gave up, and that's something in the NFT space that I think really needs to be fixed, is if a project sell out in 3 days, people give up. And it's been shown many different times. And really proven to show you guys, you can achieve anything, even if it takes time. For the art side of it, I was really, really interested in that these different people out of nowhere could make something and it could sell online, right? Like a lot of the times in the real art world, you have to be known as an artist to actually sell your paintings. But in the NFT space, you can be a nobody but have good artwork and you can sell it. So I thought that was very interesting to me.
The NFT is a great equalizer. And like you said, incorporating everyone. And that's what we're trying to do here at VaynerNFT is incorporate everyone. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter if you've been in the art scene for 40 years of the 50 years you've been on Earth, or if you've been in the NFT space just for 8 months in the 13 years you've been on Earth. It doesn't matter to anyone. It's about passing that knowledge and building that community. And you bring up some very, very good points there. It's about the hard work. And it did take you time to have for you to sell out all 10,000 of your pieces. And then acknowledgement of just working hard at what you're passionate about and following through with it is a very important topic. And it's a very important topic for a lot of discussions today where people are talking about maybe lack of follow through on projects, but the passion is going to push through. And it's okay to change projects if you're an artist, because your passions could change throughout your longevity in this space. and we know how fast this space moves.
That's facts right there. I want to ask, Nick, when you got this idea and you were like, okay, I think I want to make an NFT project, what did your family say? What was their reaction?
Yeah, so my dad, and he's actually in the car with me, funny enough,
Hey.
he knew about the whole like Twitter thing, right? Jack Dorsey's first tweet that sold for, I don't even remember the exact number, but a lot of money is the point. It was in the news everywhere. So that's kind of how my family found out NFTs, I guess, in the first place, or at least my dad in particular. And that's how, I don't even remember how I told him, or how I told my family. I don't remember how they reacted, to be honest with you, but yeah.
I remember how my mom reacted when I told her that I wanted to put money into these JPEGs that Gary Vee was designing. And when I told her I actually decided to work in Web3 full time, she was very confused. She was like, well, it sounds like a real job, but I'm just not sure. And now she's really excited about it. She loves talking to her friends about NFTs, and she tries to explain it better than I can.
Yeah, and my mom, God bless her, still calls her her email her website. So I've just not even tried to explain what NFTs or Web3 is to her. Just kind of holding off there.
Classic.
And for me, you know, Nick, one thing you may or may not know about me, but I was a teacher. I was teaching kids of your very similar age and age groups. And I don't know if you know, but I tried to stay anonymous because I didn't want to have any interference in the classroom. Now catch wind of it, you know, people knew why I left the education space and knew I got into NFTs. So some of my former students are catching wind that I am into NFTs, and they are exploring these opportunities because they do have a passion for art. They do have a passion for exploring other fields in the technology space. And they use the same lingo that you do. And I have a son who's 8, and they're talking Roblox and what they're building in Roblox and what they're building in Minecraft. And now they have an opportunity to express that even further and create opportunities that they may have not been able to do prior. So, I mean, it is out there. It is important to speak about it so that you can pass your knowledge on to other people that might be either in a similar situation, might be thinking about it. But I always believe that having these conversations creates dialogue, and that dialogue is the educational sense that we're trying to accomplish here. Nick, when did you actually first get into art? Was there like a particular teacher in school? Was it like maybe when you went from elementary school into junior high where you had maybe more opportunity to have some more specials classes where you had art and other different subjects that were not core subjects? Anything that was art minded for you that got you started?
Yeah, and by the way, I'm in the car. I'm driving to Colorado, so it's hard to hear me. Let me know if I can try to shift around or if I lose you or anything.
Coming through clear.
Yeah, but in terms of NFTs and everything, and art in particular, I actually hated art class. I'm like really, really sucky at art, by the way. Like if you looked at something I drew, I think you might think it was a potato rather than anything else. So I don't think it was the art itself that really got me interested in, especially in the NFT space, how the art was used. And I wasn't really interested in the art at all before NFTs. I never really got the meaning of it. Yeah, again, I've always hated art class. I've always sucked at art, like terribly. So hopefully I can get one day.
And I think
that's why it's not in my classes this year in middle school.
And I think that's why we directed it in this context is like in Web3. So it sounds like you're gravitating more towards the technology of what you can do within, with the Web3 world, and then adding art on top of it.
100%. Yeah.
And it's so fascinating. You said something earlier, Nick, that you had already kind of gone through 2 months, longer time than you wanted to mint out. And I mean, we all whenever a project drops, like we expect it to mint out the day before it even drops, right? But you said something so interesting about how just push through, just get through it, just stay committed. And how do you stay optimistic during times like this where many people can doubt themselves? And that can also apply to the volatility of the market and how it can go up and down, and community can be more engaged, less engaged. How do you stay optimistic? What do you tell yourself?
The way I did it is I went in spaces a lot. And the reason why I kept doing it, not only just for my project, but for myself, I really, really love communicating with people through spaces, not only, talking about my project, but talking about myself in general and expressing kind of the person I am, meeting new people, I think was very important to me. So I think really I killed two birds with one stone, right? Not only did I make brand new connections, but I think I also, engaged people in my project. So really what kept me committed while I was doing this was just the love for what I did rather than me just doing it to do it. It was really, I just wanted to do it, and that's kind of what kept me going.
Wow, I love that so much. It's such a good point. Like, you have to enjoy the process. You cannot live for the results in this space, because that's not what it's about. It's about creation. It's about building. And it's about that storyline, the community, connecting. So much more than just the money. Crypto Novo, Gartherly, D-Rob on the VNFT account. What keeps you guys optimistic?
Well, so I've been quiet kind of this whole time just because I'm in awe of listening to Nick, because everything he says is smarter than anything I could say. And so I'm just soaking up knowledge, honestly. And so I think, honestly, like, not to sound cheesy or anything, but people like Nick, right, who are attacking the Web3 space like this, those are the types of people who keep optimistic, right? So you're always going to have people who FUD on different things, or who are not happy with the way things are. But you need to, like, cancel those people out and look for the people who have ideas and are willing to just go for it, right? And inspire others. And so, yeah, I just look for those people, the people like speaking light and truth into a space.
Yeah, I second that. I mean, it's all about the positive energy and the people out there doing good things for good people. And gosh, I think it was a year ago, almost maybe a year ago, that I met Nick in a Twitter space and saw, this young person out there just grinding and doing stuff that adults were, in some cases failing to do, and was just in awe. And that made me extremely bullish on the whole space, to see that, like, we had, youth involved, and they were instilling these values and these ideologies in people, 20 years their senior, and teaching them things. And that's when I became extremely optimistic about the space, because I know that there's a generation and generations under me that, are just kind of like catching on to the stuff a lot easier and a lot faster than some adults. It takes a little bit of a time for us to, like, process and understand, like, what we're doing with art and with the blockchain. And yeah, I'm just bullish on anybody that can come into the space and just, create positivity and share good things and teach one another. And that's something that I value with Nick, is just being able to see him drive that at 13, lucky number 13, right?
I love the fact that it's just like being in the classroom, where teachers learn the most from their students. I'm not saying Nick is a student by any means right here, but his passion is driving the education of others, and is driving the education of people that are sitting at VaynerNFT right now on this panel listening to him. And you could tell the passion in his voice, and you could tell the strength and conviction in what he wants to accomplish in this. And it is coming down to hard work. And he understands that right now, that it is on hard work. I also love the fact that, like, very similar to me, I don't have an artistic bone in my body. That's it. I don't create anything. I create friendships. So it's finding what you can do in this space. Very similar to Nick saying he wasn't very artistic, but he loved the science and technology behind it. He loved maybe even the thought and aspect of what he knew prior to what he learned in the gaming aspect of Roadblocks, of just flipping things and creating things and getting better things for your avatar, skins, or whatever you're trying to accomplish in the Web 2 world. And now he's able to bring that in the Web 3 world. And then I especially loved it's a family experience where he's in the car with his dad who took him out for lunch, and they're going to be heading over to Colorado here. And, maybe taking an extra day off of school, before summer starts to get into this NFT space and just be human for a minute and enjoy life and not worry about where floor prices are or what's happening in the market or globally, but just having fun with what's happening right now. So tassel hat off to you, Nick. Man, I had goosebumps at times during this conversation. Cool Blue, there's just like D-Rob said, I was kind of stuck in awe. So Cool Blue, take it away a little bit here.
Yeah, well, I think this is the perfect part of the conversation you should leave people with, because right now we're talking about how to move forward, how to stay optimistic, and we got so many phenomenal tidbits. Let's focus on building the community we have around us, connecting with people who are here, because we'll come out of this stronger together. We'll come out of any challenges stronger together, and it'll become a bonding moment for the community right now. D-Rob, were you going to pop in?
Yeah, I have one last question for Nick. What's the one piece of advice that he has for everyone listening here as far as chasing passions in Web3? It's a really big question, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Yes, great question. It doesn't have to be the one, but any
Right,
one
right.
piece. No pressure, but like just one, and it's got to be awesome.
So there's a pretty famous quote, and I think it's by A-Rod. And I think there are people that have more talent than you, but there's no one who works harder than you do. And I think it really goes to show that if you work hard enough in what you do and you love it, you can accomplish anything. So my real kind of quote to give everybody here is, if you don't love what you do, you're not going to put in as much time as you could. And I've really seen that in many different things, meaning that if you don't love the fact that you're flipping JPEGs, or you don't love your job, or you don't love making NFTs, you're not going to have the same passion or drive that you do. So, my real tip is love what you do.
Simple as that. Nick, thank you so much for being here today. You have been legendary. It's an honor having you, having everyone on this stage, Crypto Novo, Non-Fungible Gartherly, D-Rob on the VNFT account, Cool Blue. And if there's anything else anyone else wants to add, speak now or hold your peace until next Friday at 1 p.m. Yeah, Nick, of course.
I have one question for everybody. So I'm going to be at VCon in Minneapolis. Is anybody else going?
Woo! Me and Gartherly are going to be there.
You will see me there, my friend. I'll find you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely see you guys there.
For sure.
Right.
I'll be the girl in blue.
Maybe we host a Spaces live at VCon. We'll see if we can maybe get that worked out. We can have the same group back again.
Yeah.
1000%.
Oh, snap. Teaser for next week.
Love it. Nick,
Everyone here just got the alpha.
Let's do it. All right, everyone. I'm going to actually hand it off to Crypto Novo for the outro line and music. Thank you all for being here today, especially people who are here every week. Hizzy, I see you. Elena, Whisk, got AP in the crowd, and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining.
Remember, none of this is ever financial advice. You're listening to someone with a clown nose and big shades. However, if kids figure out how to monetize their passions at an early age, that makes me very bullish on the future. That is a quote from our friend Alan Carroll. With that,
Shout out,
have a friendly Friday. Stay positive and love life. Peace.
Alan.